Yo, this is your boy Oda coming to you with part 59 of the Crochet Basics. Let's grab some tea and let's get this show started. This right here is the crisscross stitch. I cannot say anything more than how easy this stitch is. And it's very durable, it's good for scarves, and it's good for pillows and outside furniture. So let's jump on into it. To start the crisscross stitch, what we need to do is make a chain of an even number plus 1. So whatever size you want, it has to be even number plus 1. So I decided to do 21. So 2 0 plus 1 2 0 plus 1, so 21. So we're going to chain up 21 chains. 1 2 3 4. You know the deal. See you at the end. So now that you have your chain ready, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the second chain from the hook and do 1 single crochet, and then the following chain we're going to do another single crochet, and then the following we're going to do another single crochet. So you get the picture that we're going to be doing a single crochet row all the way to the end. I'll see you at the end. Okay, after you finish your single crochet row, we're going to chain up 1, chain 1, and turn our work. Okay, now that we have everything ready, I'm going to have you stop for a second. Just stop. In the very first stitch, we need to do a half double crochet. Okay, so the very first stitch, do a half double crochet into the very first stitch. And to continue, we're going to skip 1 stitch. Okay, we're not going into that next stitch, we're going into the following stitch and doing a half double crochet. Okay, now stop again. Stop. I need you to go back to that skip stitch and do a half double crochet into that stitch that we skipped. Okay, so we're going to do 1 half double crochet into that skipped stitch. Okay, there you go. Got your first crisscross done. To continue, what we're going to do is we're going to skip 1 stitch, go into the next, do a half double crochet into that following stitch. Then we're going to go back to the skip stitch and do a half double crochet again. So that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to continue on. We're going to skip that stitch, go into the next. I'm going to do 1 half double crochet and then go back to the previous skip stitch and do another half double crochet. And we're going to continue this along through the entire row. Okay, I'll see you at the end. Now that we're at the end, in the very last stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet to end the row, and that completes row 2. Chain 1 and then turn your work. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have you stop for a second. Stop. So in the beginning of each row, we're going to be doing a half double crochet into the very first stitch on top of the row. Okay, in the very first stitch. Great. Cool. I'm gonna have you stop again. Just stop. This is very important. I'm going to need for you to look at your previous row and you see these 2 spaces. We're going to be working in those spaces, but we're going to skip the first space, go into the second space and do 1 half double crochet. Then stop again, and I'm going to have you go back into the previous space and do a half double crochet, and that will be the continuation of the crisscross. Sound good? Let's continue. Now, remember, I'm skipping the 1 space and then going into the next. So we're going into the next space, doing a half double crochet, and then going into the previous space and doing another half double crochet. And this is, it's easy to indicate. The spaces are very, very like obvious, very obvious to see. So it's easy to maneuver around it. So we're going to be skipping 1 space, going into the next space, doing a half double, and then going back to our previous space that we skipped to do another half double. And we're going to continue all the way across the row. Okay, great. To continue, once you get to the end of your last crisscross, we're going to do a half double crochet to end the row, chain 1, and turn our work. And then we have our first row of crisscross. Now to continue, we're going to be doing a half double crochet into the very first stitch. Then what we're going to do is find those 2 spaces, skip 1 space, go into the next, do a half double, and then go back into the previous space and do a half double. We're going to be doing that across the row continued all the way to whatever your desired length of your project. And it's that easy. Skip one space, go into the previous space after with half double crochets all the way across. Now here I'm just going to show you in real time exactly how the stitch is structured and give some pointers on the stitch. The one thing about this stitch is you have to keep your tension to a minimum, or well, how can I say it? Keep your tension to a semi loose, like a medium type of tension, that's not too tight, not too loose, to make sure that the stitch comes out correctly. I did try this with a bigger hook, and it didn't really work as well because it was very, very loose. So I decided to use a 5.5 millimeter hook, and this turned out perfect. So I'm just working along the stitch, the crisscross stitch, as I mentioned earlier in the video, and then finishing up my last crisscross now, and then going to end the round with a half double crochet to complete it. Turn my work and continue on as desired. Thank you so much for following along with this tutorial. Like, follow, and share. And remember, follow for more.